Hey guys, Tightrope here bringing you a 2v2 today. We are on Eindhoven country. Actually spawning in the north we have Dreamwork Doyu playing as Soviets with airborne troops, Shock Army and Terror. Teaming with them, TuMe also with Soviets, Partisan, Shock Army and NKVD. From the south we have Strangers123 as Ostheer with Jaeger Infantry, Jaeger Armor and Encirclement, and finally Teacup as OKW with Elite Armoured. Random team on the Allied side, Dreamwork around 100, TuMe around 70, Axis range team around 140. Three conscripts so far. Sniper start for TuMe. Early sandbags up on this territory point. One here, so they try and run back behind the vision blocker. Squad trying to weasel its way around the side to get some hits in. It can be sometimes hard to get your unit to hide around corners. With the arrival of the second Sturmpire, conscripts pull back. These guys didn't really chase though. Getting a little bit distracted by this combat engineer, which is now on the move. Feels like we've been seeing a few more players, go for some double Sturmpire builds in the early stages. That can be successful. There's the sniper. It's in some trouble. The Kuhwagen running straight in.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Jumps into the building with it. Kubel getting a little bit low. Here come the Sturmpires. Sniper jumps out now. Kuhwagen facing the wrong direction. He's back in. He's out. He's doing the hokey pokey. That's what it's all about. Ooh, big burst there, but does make it home safe. Risky stuff there from TuMe, but he, kept us cool. And did a few decent maneuvers, getting the Kuhwagen mixed up. 2-2-1 in the build after this for Teacup though. Looks like Encirclement locked in by Strangers. There's an incendiary grenade to deny the heavy cover haystack. Oh, but what's this squad doing down here? Looking for the kill on the Kuhwagen and gets it. A couple of really nice shots on the rear armor. Well done by Dreamwork. Looking for a little bit of follow-up on these Sturmpires. Maybe they'll be able to drop one model. Unlikely to kill. But yeah, that worked out very well. Axis though, they did go for quite a lot of territory points. Got a lot of decaps going. So definitely had superior resource control to this point, and the 222 could accelerate, the 221 rather, could accelerate that. Especially TuMe not going for the M3A1, which could counter this otherwise. Really telemine down here, by the way. 221 just loves shooting at super low health squads like this. Two squads on the retreat. Conscripts coming up. Gonna harass the fuel truck. Get some sandbags down there, but there's a lot of units arriving. I don't think they're going to be able to complete the construction. And it's going to be battle group for Teacup. Nice sniper position though. MG42 quite far back, a little bit out of range. Anti-tank grenades have been ticked from TuMe. He's going to connect with one. He's going to slow this down. In fact, he's got some Partisans coming in from the other side. He's upgrading them with the PPSHs.
The enemy has killed another infantry squad.
Conscripts dead up here for TuMe though, unable to get away. Maybe a little bit focused on the partisan action, and on the PPSHs now, but they have already got super low. Those Partisans are quite weak before the PPSHs pop. You know, I went through that phase, I guess maybe about 2 months ago when I was playing a lot of Partisans. Yeah, that's one thing I definitely noticed. Stock rifles, not very impressive. Anyway, back the other direction, we got some stormtroopers sneaking around. I wonder if he's hoping to maybe catch a low health squad on retreat here. 221's repaired back up, ready to advance again, but the Allies have done pretty well on fuel, holding on to double fuel for quite some time after this, and looks like Dreamwork has also ticked anti-tank grenades very early. Let's go slow this down again. Double stern pies though should be able to repair this up quite quickly between the two of them. Now pushing back onto the fuel point. No tier 3 down yet for either of these Soviet players. Thought maybe one of them would be trying to rush it. Oh! Bit of an ambush. Doesn't quite get the conscript squad though and has to retreat, and the sniper picking those shots. Decent attempt though, and you know, could catch the sniper back there as well, just running around. You know, I've certainly lost a sniper or two to a stormtrooper in my day. Flak half track to follow us up for teacup. That's interesting. We don't see that too often. I suppose one benefit is that you can, you know, upgrade some Panzer Shreks. Get a little bit of extra anti-tank on your double stern pies to protect the double light vehicles. But it's suffering a little bit, you know, having lost that Kubel. Missing a bit of capping power now, the Axis. He just drives forward, takes an 18 ace. Again. Double stern pies right next to it though for fast repairs. Still hasn't upgraded to the 223 by the way. I feel a bit safer because with that extra health from this upgrade, you're just not, you know, you don't have to worry about taking 2 anti-tank grenades as much. It's probably going to have to be 3. Whoa! Grenadier's dead up here. Not exactly how that happened, but that is not good for strangers. We've got a machine gun in the build for teacup next. Rebuild on the grenadiers for strangers who yet decided not to go for a 222. Some big moves here. Get another anti-tank grenade off, and the T-series popping out now. The sniper's right here as well. Flak half track. Big suppression, the 221. Oh, switches focus fire and does get the partisan. Briefly was targeting the sniper, but better to go for the guaranteed wipe, and pays off. But here come the conscripts around the corner. Should be able to survive this though, with the stern pies repairing with a chunk of this damage, but maybe another squad could come through. Grenadiers do not dodge that partisan grenade. Nearly go down. Here comes the T-70. I suppose if nothing else, that extra anti-tank grenade meant that it still has that engine damage, so T-70 able to polish it off. But yeah, TuMe investing into a lot of Partisans. This will be his 3rd squad of them now. A pretty fun squad to use. But yeah, having to upgrade them, you know, this upgrade costing munitions, it hurts. It hurts in the early game of Soviets. Okay, T-70 coming around the corner. Flak half tracks there as well though. And we're getting in the build now for teacup. does not have any anti-tank supporting this flak. Maybe he's trying to sneak in there with the ambush camo, but spotted. Conscripts actually ooh-ahing away from the stormtroopers. That's interesting because with that tactical advance they are very slow. Not that good at chasing units that are moving that fast, and it actually worked out pretty well for TuMe. That's a nice reaction. He's got a concussive trap up here. Don't see those too often, but they're pretty cheap. I think it's the Vet 1 ability. It's like 10 damage and a stun. I feel like, yeah, it's alright. You know, if you got some brain power to spare. Department, might as well. Conscripts ooh-ahing in for another anti-tank grenade, but T-70, okay, it's getting involved now, but there are double anti-tank guns waiting right here, but the smoke coming in at a perfect timing. Stopping these AT guns from firing. The T-70, though, doesn't have vision itself. He's going to drive right up, though. Ooh, there was a mine back here. T-70 hits it. Flak goes down, but should be able to kill the T-70 in return. The smoke, though, working very well for the Allies right now. All sorts of attack grounds missing, but the smoke is clearing off. And there goes the T-70. Grenadier's dead on the far side for Strangers. As a Soviet player, I mean, you know, you're not too happy about that trade, but if you've still got the majority of the map under your control, get a squad wipe elsewhere on the map as well, you can accept a loss like that. Whose smoke was that, though? Because I thought Dreamwork only just got his mortar, but maybe that was... Maybe I saw incorrectly. Anyway, that's a fast T-34 for TuMe. Look at that, 12.5 minutes-ish. Oof, this could be trouble for the Axis. They do have those 2 anti-tank guns. It's like Teacup trying to go for an infantry support gun here.
Gun deployed. Crew ready for orders.
Do still have that telemine though. That could be a nasty surprise. TuMe never went for a sweeper this entire time. Asking for trouble. Knew exactly where those stormtroopers were though. There's another telemine up here actually. There's just nothing to follow up. The pack is quite far away.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Looks like he might... No, T-34 is not going to chase him. That's interesting, actually. Could still hit this telemine again, though. Okay, spring a couple ambushes with these Partisans. Only one of them got the ambush bonus, though. Doing pretty well in these fights so far. But the Axis struggling for territory control. Do we have a Panzer IV popping out? Actually, a pretty good time for Strangers, you know, skipping that 222. Ooh! Oh, that sniper died so quickly. Vet 2 LMG Grenadiers, do not underestimate them. Once I get that accuracy bonus. Can be lights out for your sniper. Generally, you can kind of survive 1 alright, but 2? 2 is a very good chance of a wipe. The battle group down, I mean the Schwer Panzer headquarters down on the front lines here. Do we have an anti-tank gun for Dreamwork, who's going for a Katyusha after that. Oh, he hit that telemine, I didn't hear it. Concussive trap going off though, stopping these stormtroopers. He's bringing up a sweep himself, Strangers, he wants the kill. As this is not coming across. TuMe's Panzer IV in some big trouble. Here we go, the head-to-head bounce. Light vehicle active. And the Panzer IV, I think, is going to back away here. Conscripts uraying in with the anti-tank grenades. Too much of a risk. So B4 getting away to safety. Unfortunate for Strangers, they bounced one of those shots, but you know,
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
probably quite likely that one was going to bounce or miss. Combat Engineer is dead in the center, meanwhile for Dreamwork, and using a conscript on retreat. He's so busy trying to line up this Katyusha barrage, it looks like. Tunnel visioned. Suffering some big wipes. Oh, conscripts get up here for an anti-tank grenade. The Panzer IV is still low in health. But repairs quite slow coming through. The single combat engineer with no sweeper. So can't really come up here and finish this off with anything. There's a second T-34 about to pop out, but the marked vehicle plane's wearing off soon, so no more vision. And T-gun is up here capping though, so TuMe can see that since he's right on the capture flag, revealing itself. Also went for the sniper rebuild, by the way. And looking a bit grim for the Axis on victory points, down to 152 already. That first telemine not really paying off. Tripwire revealing the pack position. Actually could be at risk of getting decrewed here if TuMe's feeling aggressive.
Pioneers ready for assignment.
Here comes the Panzerschreck squad though. He's just going in. I think the Panzer IV may be crushing a few bits and bobs. Reveals itself in the fog. Oh, P4 misses. The AT gun's nearby, but it gets decrewed by the sniper.
Opponents are seizing a sector.
Uh-oh. Look at this. Sternpo's up here. Is he gonna let... He's gonna let that get stolen. Will it get away? That's the big question, I suppose. We've got one grenadier here. The sniper goes down. Okay, that's good news for the Axis. Can they beam down this on retreat? Looks like they're a bit more focused on the pack. So the Partisans going to get away.
One of our AT guns has
SG
been
in a little
neutralized.
bit of trouble up here. Dreamwork's got that mortar getting to work. Katyusha's ready to fire again. So he's maybe going to target these two if I had to guess. Oh. T-gun's still up here for the taking. Is maybe he's going to try to grab it with the Pios. They're coming up. Both tanks up here waiting for repairs though for TuMe. He's building a second second combat engineer now, but the slow repairs really hurting him. And here comes the Panzer IV. Looking for a bit of a wipe. Double T-34s here. They both bounce though, Panzer IV. I don't think I'll be taking this engagement as the Panzer IV player. Was bouncing though. So 5 out of 6 shots they bounced. Definitely a bad run for the T-34s. It's just, you know, the fire rate on 2 tanks makes it very risky. Even coming in full health versus both of them on half health. TuMe, I really think he needs these sweepers, man. Maybe... know that he hasn't played for a while. Maybe he's not familiar with the change that they give a repair speed bonus nowadays. Okay, here comes the Katyusha. Catching the repair unit. With damage on the Panzer IV as well. Conscripts uraying in. It's around the corner. The MG going to suppress them. Still got the pack down here for the taking though. Strangers not making that a high priority. Doesn't have the machine gun upgrade, but it's coming through now. This is a little bit dangerous for Strangers. Repositioning the MG now, but under conscript fire. Has to get out of there. Empires did manage to cap up here. Allies actually finally drained off a few VPs. Could be about to lose these Sternpires though. Oh, a bit of smoke to save the day. Well done by Teacup. Here comes the OKW Panzer IV now. That's the kill on the T-34. The OKW Panzer IV was just a little bit too slow. Popped the heat rounds, but even didn't get a chance to fire, I don't think. The Ober's coming in from the side. Oh, that's looking like some trouble. Here comes another T-34 though to assist. T-gun decrewed. Shooter's right here, but it's not quite ready to fire yet. Kill off the weapon. Drops in that vehicle just to try and make this a bit safer. TuMe trying to save his teammate's anti-tank gun. Meanwhile, conscript dead on the far side for Dreamwork. Stormfire's in some trouble though. T-34s, but the conscripts not paying attention. If they contributed their rifle fire, there's a very good chance of getting that Sternfire wipe. Next on the Raketen, they do force it away, but oh, big move. Double Panzer IVs rolling in. The T-34s are both low here. 2-on-2. Mark vehicle also on cooldown. Goes in for the ram and it works out very well. One Panzer IV incapacitated, but Dreamwork never recovered this anti-tank gun. So the Allies well under strength. He tries to go for the suicide ram and it nearly works during the death crit animation. Here comes Dreamwork's anti-tank gun. Conscripts trying to hang about for more anti-tank grenades. One P4 goes down. But overall, that was a great play from the Axis. 2 for 1, and I think the double Soviet team definitely suffered a lot more manpower bleed as well. Trying to keep those conscripts in anti-tank grenade range. They were dropping models like crazy. Taking a look at army sizes, you see the Axis have actually pulled about a 10, 12-ish lead. Not big, but it does matter when they're so far behind on victory points, down to just 49 already. But they're looking strong right now. Not if he loses that Katyusha though, what was that doing? Getting some nice suppression in here. Before rolling around the corner. The Zis is there though, but still attack grounding for some reason. Kitten rolling up here. Connects once actually, but gets decrewed. This for Dreamwork, a second one missing though. And TuMe's going to pick up the Kitten, steal that one away. He's got double AT guns now himself. Did he side-tech to tier 2? He did indeed. Squeeze out another T-34 if that's what he wants. With double AT guns, it probably should be what he wants. But yeah, the mines for the double Soviets did help out a lot against that aggressive Panzer IV play. But it's hard to plant mines when you're this far behind on territory control.
Panzer IV is ready for battle.
He's ready 5 for Dreamwork. Yeah, the Axis about to set up a triple cap. They're choking off the fuel. Allies do actually still need that fuel. They're not completely overloaded yet. So these things actually do matter. They are pushing down onto the Axis fuel, but looks like this could backfire for TuMe. Could maybe suffer a squad wipe on retreat here. Suffers one. Oh, the pack's still over here actually. Looks like everybody's forgotten about it. T-guns lining up. Missing a lot of shots. He's got the flare up as well, providing vision. Here comes the Katyusha going for the ISG out the back, it looks like. And the machine gun. A little scatter though. Barely hits anything with that caddy barrage. Panzer rolling up now, gonna go for the Katyusha kill. Okinawa Panzer 4 though dies very quickly, and he's in the wrong neighborhood now. But nothing to get the engine crit on the Panzer 4, doing some creative driving here. I think he's going to go in for the Katyushas. TuMe trying to hide them, but there's no escaping this Panzer 4 at the moment. The Blitz has worn off. There's 3 Katyushas back here for the taking though. There goes one. Ready 5 missing again. Man, the Allies are having bad luck this engagement. TuMe about to lose a second one. Dreamwork's getting his away, but is running right into the clutches of another Panzer IV. 3 Katyushas down, just like that. And oh, it looks like they're going to get this Su-85 as well. Oh my god. Axis right now dicing up the Allies. Dreamwork really having trouble with his unit positioning. They're constantly facing the wrong way with his AT guns and Su-85.
Our headquarters is taking enemy fire.
There's one Panzer IV. Could be another one going down here though. 2 AT guns right there. I've lost vision thanks to that tree though. Conscript dead for TuMe. Wow, what a rapid turnaround in this match.
One of our anti-tank guns.
And I still have plenty of time to climb their way back into this one though. 307 victory points remaining, but not looking good for this T-34 right now. And that's actually enough to kill off that T-34 as well.
We have lost one of our
The Jagdpanzer did manage to limp back to safety. And TuMe, look at his infantry. He's got almost nothing after all that. Still got a couple decrewed weapons to recover. But yeah, 40, 30 versus both around 60. Allies are getting on the VPs though. Back on the fuel points. Rebuild on the Katyusha for TuMe, that's interesting. I feel like the Axis just aren't that heavily invested into rocket artillery and into team weapons, but it's like they finally did actually recover that AT gun, so there's the arrival of the second machine gun. Okay, maybe the Katyusha does make more sense now. I feel like TuMe is going to have trouble against the Panzer IV. And there's one conscript for anti-tank grenades. You need the anti-tank partisans if you want the AT nades on them. These ones just get the regular grenade. They can plant mines. TuMe very low on munitions. Not going to be happening. Okay, there's a Panzerfaust Dreamwork trying to go in for the crush. But the Jagdpanzer's nearby. This could be a critical mistake. We do have the Zis. But he's slow to spin around here. And there goes the T-34. Double LMG Grenadiers coming in from the side on Dreamworks Zis now. And he just can't get a shot off. The crew members are dying way too fast. What a collapse there for Dreamwork. P4 dead over here though. TuMe able to knock that out at least. Oh. Yeah, it was just a bit too aggressive from Dreamwork. Wanted to go in for the crush, and I think he did manage to squash about 3 models, but it's going to cost you your tank, you know. It's not good. You got to make sure that you're really well supported if you want to make a maneuver like that. In this case, there are no real conscripts nearby for anti-tank grenades. The Zis was facing the wrong direction. The second Zis was completely out of the scene.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
So that was a step too far. TuMe doing his best on the VPs. Allies have been draining out very quickly. And And if anything, it kind of feels like the Axis are kind of stretching their lead in terms of army size, in spite of the manpower income differential. And here we go. This should be able to line up for a shot or two. Looks like I had to reload though, and he lost vision of it before it fired. And the OKW troops swarming in, fanning out, and avoiding suppression from the Maxim. And Dreamwork just getting run over right now. Doesn't have the fuel for a tank. That fuel harass earlier from the Axis really hurting the Allies. You could call in like a squad of elite infantry like shock troops or something to try and shore up his front line. Pretty good Katyusha there. Cool reactions from Teacup though. Wait until it's timing out and then retreating. Here comes a second Katyusha. No vision though. And does not get rewarded, only one kill with that one.
200 points remaining.
Yeah, the double Katyushas for TuMe, I don't know. He's going for a penal squad now. I guess he's going to get BTRSs on it. Seems a little unusual when you've got conscripts with anti-tank grenades already teched. I do think this should have been another tank. You know, if you're so far behind on territory like this, sometimes you just need a more direct route back onto the map than hoping that a Katyusha barrage is going to get a wipe. That's where you need a medium tank for. And the Axis is quite mobile with these machine guns, trying to avoid getting flanked, trying to hold on to the territory. Partisans could sneak around the side of the CMG here, but they also have no idea where it is because it's camoed. Oh boy, that's a Stern Tiger, okay. Thought I heard that bad boy. Very distinctive engine notes. Here it comes. And there goes the squad. Does Dreamwork play with no sound or something? How did he not hear that thing coming? Rolling through all sorts of trees and stuff on its way up to the front line. Oh well. Oh, there we go. Okay. TuMe does get a reward. One Grenadier wiped by one of these Katyushas. Okay, it's a start. Allies down to 140. They've still got some time to work this comeback. Still quite far behind on army size though. Dreamwork again going in for the crush. This is there this time. Katyusha catching them on retreat a bit. No squad wipe though. Is that Teacup going to go for the final tech truck next? Maybe into like a King Tiger. Okay, Storm Tiger fires a second shot. No squad wipe. Conscripts not hanging about though to throw the 18-8. Didn't want to get wiped by the Obers. Just about did. Very close there, Dreamwork, who's now floating 600 manpower, still hasn't selected a commander. It's definitely where you should be considering, you know, maybe the airborne guards or shock troops. Some kind of impact call-in. May need to shore up your anti-infantry. T-34 though. Decraw on the Maxim.
We have lost a machine gun crew.
TuMe capping with the camouflage, but about to be shut down. Double AT guns up here, but doesn't have the firepower to keep them safe. Easy dodge on that nade. Engagements are not going very well for TuMe at the moment.
5 points.
Just doesn't have anything, you know, direct way to stop these grenadiers. Relying on these Katyusha barrages. Strangers not allowing them to really do any damage. T-34 from Dreamwork coming across to assist. T4's in some trouble. Oh, and down it goes. Good penetration there from the T-34. It takes an engine crit. I think it's far back that it could survive. Here comes the Sturm Tiger though. Axis going full disrespect, running straight into the Allied base, and look at all these units clumped at the entrance. This could be devastating. Okay, not devastating. This is reasonable. Capping on the far side. Guys are so desperate on the VPs at the moment. Kassif on the AT gun, that gets decrewed. Looks like the Allies are going to be able to stop the clock.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
AT gun polished off there by D-Cup. Good idea. We're able to recover one AT gun. Dreamwork. Oh, he's still got one. Looks like this might be a fresh one, in fact. So he's going to try to Zis barrage that MG off.
Death before retreat.
Died. Conscripts. On the far side, okay. The alert got removed from here so quickly, I wasn't sure. Productive Katyusha barrage, but the rockets arriving maybe a tiny bit too early. And again, just no reward there for TuMe. Axis setting up the triple cap again. Allies look like they're going to try and make a go of it through the middle of the map. Going to get attacked from both angles here though. And that's it. The Allies just don't have time to get back on the VPs and do anything. It's coming into the middle, but it's too little too late. Wow, what a comeback here from the Axis. There was some aggressive Panzer IV action that climbed their way back in. Some really good armored trades. That P4 diving in there, knocking out 3 Katyushas. That was huge. Absolutely massive. Like so many times we see those maneuvers backfiring, but on this occasion they came good. I think maybe partially, you know, like overall maybe a slight lack of snares. I think Dreamwork was maybe at 2 conscripts at the time. I don't think he planted any mines. TuMe's mines, I think, had kind of been triggered in a lot of those earlier P4 dives. And having gone for a lot of Partisans, didn't have many conscripts either. So yeah, well, that dive worked out very well. And from there, the Axis seemed just about unstoppable, just constantly finding picks here and there. TuMe rebuilding into the double Katyushas. I don't know if that was the way to go. You know, you kind of have like this moment where you can push forwards with the Katyusha, but then you have to wait for that massively long cooldown before you can get anything done again. I think the more constant pressure and attrition from a T-34, maybe one Katyusha, one T-34 would have been a much better option. But yeah, well done by the Axis coming back after a bit of a shaky start. The medium tank play, very, very good. Well, anyway, guys, wrap on that. If you'd like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.